All right. We have like about three things to deal with tonight, and this is going to be a very a very big night for all of us. Nancy, yes, dear, I'm going to need all the help that I can get from you tonight. Okay, please. I'm gonna need a lot of help from you. Barbara, gonna need a lot of help from you. Victoria, I need a lot of insight from you. Shante, if you come on the line, if you're on the line, everyone who on the line, Mary, I need a lot of participation tonight because I'm coming to learn. I'm coming to learn from each of you. Um, the first, the first, the first, the first topic that I want us to learn from tonight is is the first topic that I want us to deal with tonight is how how do people get themselves into loneliness and how do they come out of loneliness? What produce loneliness and how do we come out of loneliness? I'm going to use some biblical figures to to deal with to deal with some of the insights about how loneliness can happen to people. Many a times we don't know that loneliness has set in, and loneliness can lead to depression. It can lead to depression, a lot of stress. It can go from stress. It can go from, let's say, it can go from failure, disappointment, then unhappiness, sadness, grieving, then depression, and then people can lose their mind. And that's one of the worst things that should happen to any human being. When you lost your mind, you can't function anymore. You are just an empty shell. I am very grateful to my spirit, the Holy Spirit. I can lay claim to Him as my spirit because He is my God. I want to thank Him so much for what He has done and for the higher elevation that He has brought, the brightness, the vibration that He has created in my life and in your life, the new movement that He has started, the new things. I have come to discover that no one who is strongly a path, a strong partner, a strong member or friends of our ministry who will ever be poor or sick or will lack money. You will not be allowed to do that. Why? Because I was told today that the reasons why we are going to experience more miracles than we've seen in generation past that are gone, why we'll experience more in our time and in our mission, is because that is how God is revealing that He is a kind, mark the words that I'm using, a kind and a caring God. And there's another word that they've just released into me, just. He is just, He is more than fair, and He is kind and caring. So you can write that down as a powerful key, that miracles, signs and wonders is God telling us how much He cares, how much He is caring, kind, just and more than fair. F-A-I-R, more than fair towards us. Stop writing and listen. And this is why also miracles, signs, and wonders is not limited to only us Christians. It's not limited to us Christians alone. God will show it to humanity in order to show them his. Mary was reading something to me today, and Jesus was talking about that certain problems happen in order for God's glory to be revealed in its being solved. For example, people being born lame, blind, deaf, with cancer, with all kind of sickness, disability, problem, poverty. All that should not discourage you from going to God to say, okay, I came out this way. Okay, my family are this way. But I need you to do the changing. And the changing should be done so that your glory will be revealed in me. That's just it. So it's not just for you to be a testimony, but it is also for you to enjoy. Please, if you wrote that powerful key for me, make sure you put in the goodness also. Miracles also reveal not just that God is more than fair, it also reveals his goodness. It also reveals that he is superior. He's superior over all things. Make sure you put those words in that powerful key. The same powerful key. However you can put it. It also reveals that he is superior above all things. And that he's worthy to be trusted. So try and fix it in there, in that sentence, that miracles reveals that. So make sure you put there that it also reveals his goodness. It also reveals that he is superior above all things, and that he is worthy. He's superior above all things, and that he is worthy to be trusted. It also reveals that God loves you and likes you. And that's why he made you. It reveals that he loves you and likes you. And that's why he made you. Period. All right, let's continue. There is the story that when Jacob heard that a wild animal has killed Joseph, which was a made-up story, and he saw the cloak. He saw the cloak that he made, the coat of many colors that he made for Joseph, and he realized, and he saw the blood on it, which was that they killed one of the animals, that one of the animals from their flock. The Joseph's brothers killed it and poured the blood on Joseph's clothes. And when their father saw it, he believed their story. Which was not true, that Joseph was dead. But we are told in the book of Genesis, we are told that when Joseph saw the goods, the chariots, all the chariots that were sent to come and get him, and all his family to come and live with him in Egypt, when he saw it, and when he saw all the clothing, the money, the goodies The Bible clearly says, and his spirit revived. Another person that we see something similar to that was Naomi. When finally Ruth got married to Boaz and they had a child, it says that Naomi also revived. Her spirit revived. She came alive again. Which tells us something. That in spite of the fact that Ruth was there, Orpah was there, when Naomi's husband and the two sons died, Naomi became a lonely woman. So for Naomi, it was death, the death in the family. There was no man to carry out the functions of males, to help run the family. She was saddled with responsibility that she was not prepared for. But she did a lot, because the story of Ruth reveals the greatness of Naomi. Please write that down. The story of Ruth revealed the greatness of Naomi and the strength and love of Ruth. The strength and love of Ruth. Archbishop Secretary, I hope you are writing. Yes. It revealed, the book of Ruth reveals the greatness of Naomi and the strength and love of Ruth. Let's continue. So, another thing that we have to, there's another character that we have to look at here. Even though Joseph was the governor general of Egypt and of all the nations that Egypt conquered that were under Egypt, even though he was the vice president, second to Pharaoh in the empire of Egypt, when we saw him crying when he saw his brothers, the many times that they came and they met him and he was the one that interacted with them, he cried many times. That revealed that in spite of the fact that he had it all, he was lonely without his biological father and the remaining three wives of Jacob, because by this time Joseph was lonely of his mother. His Rachel was dead and long gone, and that was enough torture. So in spite of the fact that he had everything that he ever dreamed of, he was still lonely in the crowd. Remember that Naomi and Ruth were not poor people. They had a lot of land. They were landladies. And yet, Naomi was lonely. The story of Bathsheba, everybody want to accuse Bathsheba that, oh, she went and slept and gave that thing to David. I don't know what thing she gave to David. I have no idea. You know, she went and gave those chocolate to David. You know, but if you look at the story of Bathsheba, that's why I said to God to give me all the money that I need so that I can focus on revealing the truth of Scripture for our generation and the generation to come, so that they can use it to grow in the things of God and to create personal luxury and wealth for themselves, because that's what the Bible is about, so that they can get healings. Different things happen when the true word of God is not just preached or taught, but is revealed. What I'm doing is revealing. I'm not teaching or preaching. I'm revealing, because that is what guides, supernatural guide. That's what we do. That's what we are known for. We reveal the deep things about what you see every day. And then you apply it and bam, it works for you just like that. For example, next week, I'll be receiving phone calls from different people from around the world telling me of mighty financial upliftment. I'll be getting big checks, royalty checks, that are coming from different countries. Why? Because what I'm doing has taken root and is working for some people in different countries of the world. The real story of Bathsheba is very deep. It's more than what you see. That she was married and she went and started sleeping with David. That she was wrong, David was wrong. God came and struck and punished them, and the child that was born in the union was God took the child as an act of judgment. David killed Bathsheba's husband. Well, it's more than that. Bathsheba was a very lonely woman. Very lonely woman that wanted a way out of a crazy marriage. That's the real thing behind the story of Bathsheba that people do not want to look at. All they look at is that they had something going on. She gave that pom-pom or boom-boom, whatever you want to call it, she gave it to David. And that's all people want, because that's what people's interest is in: sex, food, money, alcohol. You can't see beyond that to the bigger problem that human beings have. She was a very lonely woman, and loneliness can kill people. We have no idea about this. And that is why sometimes you don't know how lonely God is for you. You say, oh, he has all those billions of trillions of creatures and people up there and people down here. Why do I matter? So you don't know that you matter. That's why he made you. And that when I hear you call him and talk with him, God is lonely for you. Because he values you. See, let me tell you, you can be in the crowd. You can have all the fame, all the gold and diamond and money, and you become, your business become $1 trillion business. Billions of dollars. You are now worth all this money. But yet, in spite of your fame and wealth, you could become the most miserable person in the world. You will still be lonely. That's why there are signs. There are signs that reveals loneliness. And I would like us to look at those signs, those signs. And at the same time, if you want to talk about it, why are people lonely? How do we solve it? What are the signs? If you want to jump into any of these three, please jump into it. Mary, Vicky, make sure you write down the topic. What are the signs of loneliness? How do people become lonely? What are the reasons why they become lonely? They suffer loneliness. And what are the signs? And how do they get out of it? I want you to jump in once I finish this introduction. It's getting long. You can see through scriptures of different things that happen that you can see somebody is lonely. Somebody is lonely. So let's jump into it without me giving you more and more examples, but I want to add one lady here, and that is Abigail. Abigail was a multi-billionaire lady, married to a multi-billionaire man. But the man suffered from foolishness. He was a fool. He was a big, old fool. Buff. He was a B-O-F. Buff. Big, old fool. Vicky, I'm using your word because everything Victoria says, Victoria will put big old. You know, I like that. I like it. Ladry like it too. You know, big old fool. He was a BOF, buff. And Abigail did not find it funny to be married to a man who turned out to be the biggest fool in the world. And she was very lonely. She had no love, nothing. You can be having sex, but you are not having no love. You are lonely. Something begin to play in your head that you need to get out of this. And she was looking for a way out. That's why she came to go and meet David. She secretly went, put her servants under a vow not to say anything, and she went to go and meet David. And they went and put their life together and planned their future, and then she returned back home and waited for the day that God is going to struck him and remove him from her life. Where is my Lizzie on the line tonight? Is Lizzie there? Okay, okay. There you go. Yeah. So I want you to be aware of this. She was married, but she was not happily married. Because many of you will say, oh, because we already have children, why get out of the marriage? You will be a fool to remain in a marriage that you are not happy. Because of house and money and children are involved. Stay there. You will die and your children will still be there and the house and the money will still be there. Who lose? Then you yourself become a fool like the man you are trying to leave, who is a bigger fool. Because if loneliness takes your life, then you are a fool. She went to go she took hold of her destiny and her assignment on earth. Hannah did the same thing. The husband promised her heaven and earth. Am I not better than you having so many children? Hannah said, yep, I know you love me. I know that. But you don't know how lonely I am in this marriage. With that wicked witch involved in this marriage. With all the children she has. And you think I'll be happy? She said, I'm going to do something about it. Because in spite of the fact that her husband loves her husband spoiled her, and Hannah was in charge of the family, she was still 100% lonely. So let me throw it open for everyone to jump in tonight. What are the reasons for loneliness among humans? What are the reasons? Number 2, how do we deal with it? How do we deal with it? Number 3, what are the signs? Remember, the first thing is, what causes it? What are the signs? What are the things that somebody is saying or doing that shows you that they are lonely people? Doesn't matter how ugly it is. You please say it. Next, how do we solve it? Let's go. Let's go. Jump in any of it. Either if you understand what are the signs that reveals loneliness, then you go that route. You know, what are the things that make loneliness to appear? People become lonely. Why? Then go that route. How do we solve the problem of loneliness? Then go that route. There are 3 things. Anybody can jump into any of this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Barbara, let's go with you. Let's go. Since you guys want me to call names, I'll be calling out names.
But Bishop, I think what causes loneliness is that communicating with your mate, or just working all the time and not taking time up for you, or you're working all the time and not taking out.
Lack of communication, working all the time and not taking time for yourself.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
And also, you're a mom, you have to take care of the kids, and he's always working at night.
Okay, you are a mom, you are always taking care of children. Those women who are always giving birth to children all the time, you know?
Yes.
I call those people mama babies, because the other people have already taken the title of baby mamas. So I call women who always give birth every year, every 2 years. I call them mama babies. Because the other ones are baby mamas. Yeah.
So that's all I have.
Okay, thank you very much. Next person. Vivian, step into the ring here. I'm going to ring the bell. Bang, 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 bang. Vivian, step into the ring. Where is Vivian? She's not here today. Okay, she's not here. Roslyn, are you there?
Yes.
Go ahead, step into the ring. Bang, 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 bang. Go ahead. Talk to us, my dear.
The death in the family, or the death of a spouse.
What did you say? What did you say? I didn't hear you.
I said the death of a spouse.
The death of a spouse. Very big here. Very, very big. Go ahead, my lady. Go ahead.
And then you have people who have a problem connecting with others.
People who have problem connecting with others, they always separate themselves, and they do it over and over and over, and then there it comes. Loneliness set in. Go ahead. And what if you have some other example, give it to us, please.
You might have people who just don't have any friends.
There are people who are antisocial. They don't communicate with family. They have no friend. They just stay on their own. And this kind of people become easily lonely, suicidal, or they become rapists, or they become mass shooters. They shoot people en masse because they are not in charge of themselves. They are lonely. And when you suffer from big loneliness, the tendency for suicide, doesn't matter how great, doesn't matter how wealthy you are, if you enter into the territory of loneliness and you stay there for a long time and nothing is done about it, you can become a mass murderer, because the hatred for people will grow very big. Yeah. There are people who cannot stand, like during Christmas, they can't stand the Christmas songs, they can't stand the fireworks during New Year, and they came out and started shooting people just for that. Continue. You've not exhausted. I've not exhausted fishing from your belly, Roslyn. I've not yet exhausted fishing from you.
There's two other things.
Good.
A divorce.
A divorce. Woo-wee. A divorce, because you have put in so much into that marriage. You have bragged about that man or that woman. And now, how are you gonna face the people that you bragged about how great your husband or your wife was? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. When you talked about death in the family, it can also be death of the man's mother or father, depending on whom the man or the woman was attached to in their original family. When death happened, and when they married you, they did not begin to see you as a father, a mother figure. Slowly, when it hit them hard, and especially while they are in a relationship or in marriage, they will steal daddy's boy or daddy's girl, or mommy's boy or mommy's girl, or uncle's boy or uncle's girl, or auntie's boy or auntie's girl. If whatever problem they have, secretly they are meeting with members of the original families, uncles, nephews, cousins, aunties, father and mother, and siblings. They are meeting with them. They discuss everything that is going on in their lives, their jobs, whether they are married or not. They are discussing it with these outside people. If any of the people that they trusted so much dies, leave this earth, it can lead to a very strong depression. Grieving will lead to depression, and depression will lead to loneliness. You will call the person and they will tell you, leave me alone. Continue, my dear. And also, if a child dies in a relationship, a child dies in a marriage, it can also lead, especially in cultures where children are seen as wealth. In cultures where children are seen as the wealth of the future, the social security and pension of the father and mother, it can lead to major grieving, depression. It can even lead to a divorce, because people will start lashing out. People will start getting angry. Tempers will flare up. And eventually, loneliness will set in. Even though there is a spouse in that house, loneliness will set in. Continue, my dear lady. You are a good lady.
You have some people who are very controlling.
Okay.
And you know, you can tell from, for example, let me give an example. You can have a boss that is so controlling, and the behavior, you can eventually see that person is very lonely.
Okay.
And, you know, it comes out.
Okay. Okay.
Something else that came about, but I can't, it just, something else.
That's what you're saying. A job situation, a boss is a lonely, frightened, fearful, bullying, because of the loneliness or what they are dealing with that has led to loneliness. And so everything you do in the office, there will be a complaint. It didn't used to be that way. There will be a complaint. And I can tell you that one person's loneliness can begin to rub off on people in the office. And what happens? The way a boss behaves can begin to separate a team and eventually break down the team, break the individuals. The individual will now get possessed by what possesses the boss or what the boss is going through. And finally, each person in that bank or in that job place, in that law firm, in that clinic or that pharmacy, begin to pay a price for what they don't know. They begin to pay a price for what they don't know. That's why buying a house, renting a house for business or for accommodation, you have to make sure that that place is carefully purified. I'm using a Panga word here. What I mean by Panga word, I'm playing on words. I'm using Patois English here. That place is thoroughly cleaned of whatever deadly forces of wickedness is in that place. If not, you become a casualty. Ghosts do not know you, but you came into their territory. That's what it is. And if there was a spirit of loneliness in that house, and it was not taken out, you will come and inherit mighty depression, mighty attack, grieving that you have no idea, financial problem that you've never suffered, and loneliness will set in, and there will be a breakup, divorce problems, because somebody left a spirit in that place. And let me tell you the truth, a mindset, a spirit, or a wicked negative mindset, a wicked negative energy vibration that has been released, or a curse that was released in that house. Like a wife has been forced to leave the house, my goodness, and she left a curse in that house. The curse will not just be on that people, on the people there. It will stick itself to the wall of the house or the wall of that business premises. If you didn't know it, you have to know this by force. It will. And loneliness will set in. And people will be troubled and problem will escalate. Know this, know this, know this. Where you were before, the last business, you were doing very well, but you needed a bigger place for your business. And you're moving into a cursed building, or a building that a spirit of loneliness has been left behind. My goodness. Go in there and see what is going to happen. Your business will fold up unless you move out. Because spirit is real. Curse is real. Yeah. Continue, Roslyn.
Yeah. Loss of a job.
Loss of a job. Loss of a job. Loss of income can lead to loneliness of one of the highest kind. That's why I tell people, before you fire yourself or do foolish things that will make people fire you, think twice. Think twice, because there are people who are carried away by emotion of they just want people to know how they feel about things and all of that. Be careful. Because most people do not think about the income they are earning from that job. They just want to feel good at that moment and they quit the job. And 2-3 days, bills start to pile up. You need to think about it. Roslyn, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll reward you for the fishing expedition, okay? Good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's why I got her out of Barbados and I brought her to be a sweetheart. You know? Yeah, that's what she is. I love her very much. Let's go. Next person, Nancy.
I want to say this before I forget.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Incurable disease.
Incurable disease. Oh my goodness. This girl is so smart. Woo! Do I call you and Roslyn doctors for nothing? You guys are pillars. You hear her? Just one thing she has said is a bomb. This is a bomb. Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Yay! Barbara, thank you so much. You deserve a big hug. Good. Yay! See, she's incurable disease. The doctor says there is no way you are going to be cured from this disease. This disease is going to take your life. No matter what anybody come to pray, anybody come to tell you, you are living in the wilderness of loneliness. That's the best way for me to put it. In the wilderness of loneliness. It doesn't matter. That's why, Victoria, you remember that song? You remember that song by the Police, the British band group? Every smile you fake. You remember that song? Every breath you take, every smile you fake, I'm watching you. Whenever Victoria and I, because there are sometimes I will call Victoria and I will play her music. And I will tell her, all I want you to do is to listen to music. Because she's my secretary. And I have to make sure that she has all the energy she needs. Because what I put this girl through, you guys have no idea. What I put her and Mary, now I'm trying to do that with Vivian too. What I put them through, dictation they have to go through. Places they have to go in their territory to look for things. That's how I knew that God has answered my prayer and given me the right people. I will tell Victoria to travel all the way to San Francisco, to this, to that. And I'm here in Wichita, Kansas. Go and get this, go and get that. Go to Medesh, to go to this, go to places. go to Stockton, go to different places, go to San Jose, go and look for this, go and look for that. You guys have no idea what I put her through. Same thing with Mary. I don't try to talk about it. Same thing with Ladri in Germany. There are times Ladri is there who call us, say, go to Belgium to do this for me, go to Holland for this for me, go to France for this for me, go to England for this for me. People don't know what I put her through. I'm serious. Talk about Nancy. Sometimes I don't allow her to sleep. I'll wake her up late at night to ask counsel. Same thing with Diane and Lucky. Same thing with Roslyn. I say, oh God, I don't want one day for all these people to come with Mercedes towards me and say, you put us through so much. You know, you crazy priest. And I will not know where to run to. Yep.
That was funny.
Yes, you know. Victoria has to drive all the way to somewhere to go and get me an Archbishop's stole, a Holy Ghost stole. It took Geneva. It took her like a week to search for a Holy Ghost stole with the Holy Ghost emblem on it in the internet. She found it finally. I put that girl through thick and thin. That's why she decided to take a holiday. Yeah. Major sickness. One major sickness. The person will be faking the smile, faking the laughter. Immediately Mary says that music came back that I was playing for Victoria. Every move you make, you know, every smile you fake, I'll be watching you. And that's what has happened to a lot of people. They are faking their smile because deep within them is a fear that at any moment, they are very nervous. At any moment, they will die. That's why if you are a caregiver, don't take things that those people tell you personally. Don't take what they tell you personally. Some of them, they already know that they are thinking they are because somebody else have to wipe their butt. Sometimes they do it on themselves and they see themselves as trash. And then you, the caregiver, the person who has this major will tell you that they will throw your butt. Will tell you, the caregiver, he will tell you, the person that is taking care of them, I'm going to throw your butt in the trash. Thank God for my partners. They will tell the person that they are taking care of. No. You are not going to put my butt in the trash. You are already in the trash. I'm the one who's gonna throw your stinking butt in the trash. You know. You know. I mean the joke. This is a joke between the person that the caregiver is taking care of, and they will all smile. But through it all, you can see all the jokes they are making, all the things. You can see through all of it, the loneliness, the fear, the despair, the thoughts that they will never be accepted as a full human being, worthy to be alive, worthy to be valued. And that is where it breaks my heart. I wrote my thesis when I was doing clinical chaplaincy that there is no life that is not worth caring for. That was all that I wrote. All that I wrote, and they read it and said, come and be our chaplain. That's all I wrote. There is no life that is not worth caring for. I don't believe in because of one simple thing that people think is incurable, you should go and give the person some shots and let the person die and let the person's organ be harvested and be put into somebody else. Because we have a saying as chaplains and as the medical community, you don't need to take your organs to heaven. They don't need it there. People on earth need it. So why do you need to harvest it before the time? Because sometimes the human body is funny. something that you may think is incurable. After a while, you see the body changes and that thing cure itself without no medicine. Or sometimes instead of, why do you need to kill the person? Whereby in the next 1 or 2 years, the person will still be alive. There will be new medical care, new medicine that will come out, new surgery, and the person receive it, and the person still live for the next 40, 50 years. That's the person that they will have killed. I have worked in major hospitals, especially cardiac hospitals, and I have seen how they take people's lives so easily, and I hated it. Oh, I hated it. So if you reach the age of 70, 80s, little thing happened to you, oh, it's not good that he live with pain, it's not good. After a while, sometimes you see the pain disappear. And that's what they would have killed the person a long time ago. You see, the children want their mother and father to be given the freedom for their life to be taken. And that's why you say you have to think very seriously before. You have to think very seriously before you make somebody to be your, what do we call it? Your power of attorney. You have to be very careful who you make your power of attorney, because many people who appear to be very nice and harmless and religious and spiritual, when once you give them power over your life and money, they are hungry. I'm not saying everybody, but there are a lot of people who are hungry to see you out of this earth. And they will begin to connive and concoct different plans for you to be killed before your time. Because it's a burden for them to see your blood being wiped, and they forget that we are babies. From the time we are born to the time that we leave this earth, we are little babies, infants, teenagers, adult babies, and then we regress back to being big old babies. Everyone is born a baby, everyone dies a baby. Please write that down as a powerful key. Everyone is born a baby, everyone dies a baby. The Holy Ghost told me that, and I have come to fully accept it. So why do you want to knock people off? They've worked hard, pile up money. You want to go and enjoy money that you did not, or inherit money that belonged to some other person's blood and sweat. Why not allow them to at least stay in that nursing home or assisted living facilities and enjoy life? Give them quality of life. Shame on you people. Shame on you sons and daughters of mothers and fathers who are eager to kill your parents, knock them out so that you can inherit things, houses, cars, money that you didn't work for. Because you do not want to take responsibility for your parent. You don't want to wipe their butt. You don't want to give nobody a bath. Your time is coming and yours will be worse. That's why I don't blame countries that are afraid of nursing home and assisted living facilities and adult daycare. There are countries that hate those places. And there are men and women who say, let them rather die in their home than go to those places. And that is why kids are raised in such a way that when their parents grow old, a little bit older, the parents, if they can no longer take care of themselves in their own homes, either the kids, one of them move in, or the parent move in with one of the kids who has the gift of caring, like I have. If there is anything people know me for, it is the ability to guide people correctly. That's number one. I have one of the greatest gifts that could be ever given to a human being, which is the gift of insight into things. And then the gift of the word of wisdom and the word of knowledge. I got it. And then I got discernment of spirit. And these are not just what I got, it's what they regulate in me. They turn it on when they want to. So that I will not be proud, because that's what I asked. Don't want any gift that is given to me to become a judgment. Because people don't care what they say about God, as long as it makes them money. Shame on them. How you treat your elderly parent who who loved you sincerely and have stood by you. I don't mean those who didn't stand by you, who betrayed you, destroyed you. I don't mean those parents. I mean parents who stood by you, help you, love you, cares about you. That's a different ball game. If you deny them quality help when they become older, you will be punished for it. You will see how yours will look like when you begin to reach that territory too. I'll stop here. Is there somebody else who wanna tell us other reasons and also how people can come out of loneliness? If you have other reasons why people become lonely, please tell us, or how they can come out of it, please tell us. I will go ahead with what I was saying. If you are good and kind, if you are good and kind, and if your parents live by themselves, if I were you, I will make sure that I visit my parents every day if I live nearby. If I don't live nearby, at least once every 3 months, I will go there to spend a week or so with my parents. Begin to find a way to move your parents in, or to move in with them, or to move closer to them, because there are parents who are so much attached to the house in which they were married, the house in which their husband or their wife died there, where the children were all born and raised. They are so attached to it. You remove them from such, they begin to wither and die. So think about what you're doing to your old parent. Begin to think about where the picture used to hang. The picture, your picture hang is still there. And you want to get them out of that house so that you can sell it and get the money for yourself. And start talking to the nurse and the medical community how you behind your parent back, you go and sign. Their organs should be harvested. Well, they should not have no pain. I don't want to see them this way. Liars, liars, pants on fire. Yup. There was a woman, I was flying to Vegas. And in the plane, I always sit by the window. I never sit in the aisle or all of that. I always sit on either the right window or the left window. This time I'm sitting on the right window. And those who were supposed to come and sit by me, they were very big people. I'm not trying to talk against big people. Big people should be big because there are people whom being big fits them. They look good in it. You think that if I have a big palace and mansion and stuff, I should go and get a little man or a little girl to be my security officer? Forget about it. I need a white dude that is crazy enough and big and tall that anybody who see him following me, you think twice. You'll think twice because he's massive and huge and tall. You'll say, that guy, no, we can't pass. We can't pass to him because of that wicked, tall, huge guy there. You don't know how it makes me feel when I'm walking with there is a guy that is a white guy from somewhere there in Kansas. His name is, I used to call him Big Bill. He has big belly, he's tall and huge. One of the best technical person I've ever seen. When I'm walking with him, I feel so bold. And that's something else that I see with some fathers. You see some fathers are huge and tall. And you see their daughters and sons following them. You think twice before you get near their children. You think twice. You see that man, his head, he looks like a pig, you know, like a big old bully. His bald head, you see all the big meat at the back of his head. You think twice. For you to go and mess with his daughter or his son, you think twice. I love it. We can start correcting loneliness by the way we show affection that is a consuming passion. Affection that is a consuming passion of caring and kindness to elderly people. Not just our parents, but elderly folks. A lot of police officers we see are very lonely people. Military. That's why the military and the police and fire department have very high divorce rate. I hope you know that. Do you know that? The police department, the fire department, the military of any nation has some of the highest divorce. Why? Because of loneliness of the job. What goes? The stress and the depression that goes with the job causes them to be lonely. That's why sometimes they misbehave, shoot people without really rehearsing what they should have done. And they go and jail them. And nobody take time to find out what they are dealing with back home. Nobody take time to find out the enormous pressure they put. Do you know that police officers and military people are not really paid a lot of money? Do you know that? Are you aware of that?
Yes. Yes.
It's only benefits when they leave the service or during the service. That's all people go in. And also the training they get, the professional training they get. Oh my gosh. And then the education they get. Those are the only benefits. And police officers sometimes put in so many extra hours just to make enough money for their families. And we take them for granted. At Times Square, I went and embraced these big police officers. I go to the big ones first. I went to the tiny ones later. I went and embraced them, both men and women. Gave them a hug. I asked them, do you need coffee? Do you need bubble gum? Do you need chocolate? What do you want? They told me. I went, crossed the street, got it, came and gave to each of them. They thought that I was joking. They were shocked. I said, because of you guys, this place is peaceful. People can come and chill. You see a lot of people sitting down there in what do we call it? At Times Square, not doing anything. They are drinking coffee. They are eating. They are just there. Life is happening. They're enjoying. They're singing. The drama. The different things. The comedy. Different thing happening. It's because of those police officers that they are having that. And people don't think about it. I call them the Superman of America. New York Police Department, I call them the Superman of America. Same thing with California Police Department. They are great. They are good people. My city of Wichita, Kansas has some of the best police officers. During summer, I get Gatorade in the house. I go out there to give it to them because they are all over here. I go there to go and give them money, each of them. Ask them to go and buy something for themselves. Because people don't love them. I have no idea why people don't love police officers and don't love the fire department guys and girls and don't love people in the military like they are a threat. Nancy, the floor is open for you, please.
Excuse me?
The floor is open for you. You got the floor.
All right. Another reason another cause of loneliness is ingratitude. People are not grateful for what they have.
There you go.
Thinking about what they don't have.
You see that? I don't need to elaborate on that. It's self-explanatory.
Okay.
Greed.
And I believe lack of education.
Lack of education.
You're able, for instance, some people are illiterate. They don't read. They don't pick up a book. If you're able to, it helps you think better. When you have an education, your mind is more developed. You can develop hobbies. You can read.
There you go. That is the word, hobbies. Hobbies. A lot of people have no hobbies. A lot of men have no hobbies. Except to climb the belly of their wives. That's all the hobbies they know. Is that fair? They have no male club they go to where people go sell their boats, SAIL. Compete, ride horses. I'm talking of real horses, real boats. Sports. A lot of men have no time for this anymore. farming, gardening, raising animals, reading, carpentry. I didn't grow up with technical knowledge. I found one of the elderly white guys. I told him, I want you to teach me how to repair tires, how to change oil, how to do this, how to do that. And he spent time to teach me this. How do I fix this in the house? He spent time to teach me those things. And then took me for me to go and buy the right tool to have in the house in case things break. How do you fix your water heater when it goes out? He has to teach me. Men don't have no more hobbies. Nancy, thank you. Women also too.
I have a lot more. Do you want to hear more?
Yes, I want to. This is classic tonight. Continue, my dear.
Yes. All right. If I believe that people do lack of self-awareness.
Lack of self-awareness. Continue.
They don't know themselves. They don't know how to make themselves happy.
There you go. You are always looking for somebody to make you happy. You are going to be lonely very soon because the show you went to will soon be over and your idols will all be gone. The crowd will all be gone and you'll go back to where you were. And that's why people try to drown their loneliness through alcohol, through sex, through drugs, through gambling, through shopping, through the almighty food and television, until it will no longer kick in. And then you now know that you have severe problem. Nancy, continue.
And then another thing is people don't take action. I just learned this, that a part of our brain is protecting us, so it doesn't want us to try new things.
Okay.
Once you're aware of that, you know ahead of time that you're going to think of anything you want to do. Your brain is going to think of millions of reasons why you shouldn't do it.
Right.
Once you're aware of that, you know it ahead of time, so then you don't pay attention and you do things that you plan to do.
Wow. Continue.
Action.
Yeah, taking action. People are not taking action. They are not taking responsibility also for their action. Blame people who are very judgmental, critical, negative judgments of other people and of life generally. People who don't see no beauty, who don't see no way out of life. They are going to be lonely and will do bad things. People who do not want to become responsible for their life and for their actions, always blaming other people for their problems. Very soon you are going to be lonely. A girl called me and I said, what about the boyfriend you had from Kentucky? Oh, we don't talk anymore. What about the boyfriend you had from Michigan? Oh, we left each other a long time ago. What about the one from Texas? Oh, he's dead to me. What about the one from Montana? Oh, I hate that redneck. What about this? I know all the boyfriends. There is nowhere on the 50 state that girl has boyfriends. And all of them, oh yeah, all of them, she doesn't talk to any of them anymore. The romance will be for 2-3 months. Boom, next.
She's the common denominator.
Yes, she is. She had the audacity to try to want to and said, what about you? You never allow anybody to befriend you. I said, let me tell you. Do you know what my name is? Do you really know what my name is? I'm 70% spirit and 30% human. People can't marry me. Are you listening? He was like, what? I said, yep. He said, really? Now it makes sense. I said, go and look somewhere else, not me. If you call me for me to minister to you, and you have to pay me. You have to pay me $1,000. That's what you have to pay me. And she said, what about now I'm looking for a new boyfriend who will become a husband? I said, that one you have to go through a marriage school. That one will cost you like $2,000 or more. Go and ask all these boyfriends, let them contribute money and give to you. Because what she does is, she goes to this one. I'm telling you because she tells me this. She goes to this one and tell the same story and goes and collect money and call this one. I say, the way you used to do it. Because she and her sons and daughters are all con artists. I'm serious, they are. They are scammers. Big time. They scheme and scam everybody that they come across for money. She and her daughters and sons. That's how they live their life. When they are through with you, they are gone. And I said, the first time she called my minister, I told her, this is the kind of life you live. And very soon she was telling me of all these tons of boyfriends. And then one day I said, what about, why can't this one, you are calling me to pray for you to get this money. You have this lawyer, you have this doctor, you have this, you have that. She said, I don't talk to any of them anymore. And what about you? Why can't you be a good friend to me because you are an exception to the rule? I said, really? Really? Do you really know what my name means? I said, you better go and look for those men. Me, I'm going to give you a heart attack very soon. So you better go your way. And she was shocked. That's funny, yep. Better people have not married me. It is you that want to come and marry me and befriend me. Better people have not befriended me. It's you that is crazy person. I mean, I'm talking, it's not that she's crazy because of her attitude. And I've done everything. This is somebody that I've given a job about 4 or 5 times. And she's all walked away from the job. I'm serious. Jobs with big money in it. And she doesn't think about that. She will lack money. Nancy, continue. You have some more to tell us.
The last one is the environment. That includes the people you surround yourself with, as you said, I think you said already, that if they're lonely, it's going to make you lonely. If they have no goals, it's going to affect you.
There you go.
But also your physical environment, like we're affected without realizing it by colors, the color of a room, and also and nature. If you surround yourself with nature, it's less lonely also.
You see, one of the things I like about the United States is that we are outward going people. We are outward going people. Because it's a money society, it's a business, it is built, it's a capitalist society. So you have to be outward going. So the kind of people you surround yourself will lead to loneliness or will lead to high achievement. Is there somebody else that want to add something to this? How do they come out of this? How do they come out of this?
Sexual orientation.
Sexual orientation too can also create. Explain, please.
People who are closeted in terms of being gay or whatever,
and they are not accepted by society. Okay. They fear rejection. Got it. That is true. Got it. And also doing drugs, alcoholism, doing drugs, and they are trying to hide it. They are also trying to hide being gay and all of that. You know, it can lead to major rejection, disappointment, depression, and major loneliness. Go ahead, Nancy. Is that Nancy?
That was it. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you so much, Nancy. Thank you so much, Nancy, and thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Samantha. People can also become lonely because what they believed would have fetched them money, their business failed. Certain failures and disappointment can lead to major loneliness because you will now be afraid of trusting anybody. even trusting yourself. Next person, is there somebody who can, how do we tell people to come out of loneliness? Huh?
I think first of all, the person has to acknowledge that they are
lonely.
In that state.
Yeah.
For example, an alcoholic.
Yep. And you know that loneliness can kill you. Loneliness can kill you. Especially if you are living with a wife or somebody or a husband who hates you, betrayed you, never supported you. You think it is fun to be looking at his nose and his big old head every day? You'll become very lonely, and that kind of loneliness can even lead to escalation of other problems in your life, including major health problems. Because that person every day is coming, talking trash on you, doing trashy stuff.
High stress.
Very high stress.
Negative emotions that affect your organs visually, and you're not even aware of it.
Tell me about it. A lot of you do not know that your spirit, your mind, and your body are connected. When your body is affected, when your body has a problem, it will affect your mind and your spirit. When your spirit is affected, it will affect. When your spirit has a problem, it will affect your mind and body. When your mind, especially your mind, is going through torture and pain and sorrow and disappointment and self-blame, how did I end up with this beast? You know? How did I end up with this kind of person? You begin to think about that. It begins to affect you begin to have from a headache to cough, from cough. Sometimes rashes begin to break out on you. Very soon, you begin to shake. Your body, your hand begin to shake. You cannot hold something. It's not that you've been drinking, but you've been drinking all that person trash that they've been trying to put on you. His sad words and actions. You've been drinking it without knowing, and you will see your hand and body begin to shake. Is that not true? I have seen it.
Yeah, that's how chronic diseases set in too. Things like high blood pressure.
There you go.
And the diabetes and stuff like that.
I've gone through some of those things. So I know what I'm talking about.
Even cancer stuff will bring on.
Oh yes, all kind of things can come out of loneliness. And that's why the smart... Yeah, that's why the smart one, while they are giving you hell, they've already started a relationship with somebody out there. Because they don't want to face the hell. Yeah. Yeah, they don't want to face the hell that you are going to give to them. Because I tell the people, if the person is trying to kill you, trying to give you hell, I'm going to give you not just hell, but I'm going to give you fire. Heaven's fire of destruction for you to take to him. So how do people come out of loneliness? Number one, somebody say they have to acknowledge first that they have that problem. Because loneliness is a big problem. It's a major disease, major sickness, major problem. Number two, they have to be willing to accept a change that will affect where they are and where they have been and where they are going. They have to take responsibility for their own actions, not the other person anymore. They have to be willing to become responsible selves.
Yeah, it gets to a point where you have to recognize that you're not the only person that is going through this. There are other people out there who have gone through it, who are going through it, and try to find a support group.
Yep. Support group is very important. Like, call us and we will bring our group for them to talk to you. We have some of the most active, in fact, even proactive people full of happiness to put you back into shape. We have a therapy group. If you didn't know it, our ministry and our consultancy, we have a therapy group. Who you meet with us once or twice is over. We give you completely a new perspective about how you should live your life. Another reason why people are lonely is that they give up on life. They give up on life. Let whatever happen, happen. If I die, let me die. That is how people who want to die and who want to fail, that's how they talk. People have to be willing to say that they want to be alive. They want the best things of life, and they are going to be willing to work for it and not be dependent on other people. So people not wanting to change generational poverty, not wanting to change from depending on other people is going to create loneliness pretty soon. So you have to be willing to become financially independent and responsible for your own laughter and smile and your own lifestyle. People are not willing to create a lifestyle for themselves. They just want to follow anything, anybody. And you're soon going to be disappointed by those people out there. Because you will soon realize that your idols are human beings. Very soon you realize that. So think twice about it.
And some of them have more problems than you.
And some of them have more problems than you. Thank you very much. Mucho, mucho, mucho. Gracias. Bravo to all of you tonight. Is there somebody that want to add something to it? Vicky, because you are laughing, you have to add something. Samantha, girlfriend, you have to add something to this. How should people come out of loneliness? And by the time you guys go there, let me use this time to thank Nancy. Nancy, thank you for being there for the family. Thank you for being there for the family. You are a great mother. You're a great mother and a great small circle of mine. Great partner of mine. You're a big love. I want to also use this time to thank Mary. You are a very big love. You are a great girl. Thank you. Thank you so much for being there for the family and for those that I'm referring to. For that big lady and that man. The man down there in G. You know what I mean? So thank you so much for being there for all the siblings. You've done great. Big bravo to you. Annie, I'm going to just put people together. Annie, Ladri, thank you for what you are doing to Pupe and for Mommy Jackie for being there for your sister, for being there for your brothers. Tell Patty that we love him and we love that baby. Patty has a baby boy. I call the baby boy Fatty Bum Bum. I call him Fatty Bum Bum because he's big. He's a big boy. He was so big he couldn't walk. So when they play some Congo music, the boy will be sitting on the ground and will be dancing on the ground and can't stand up to dance because he can't walk. So I call him Fatty Bum Bum. You know, Fatty Bum Bum. Yep. So thank you so much for being there for them. Thank you for being there for Lydia and for the girls. You are a great girl. Thank you. And thank you for being there for your mother-in-law. You did great. You did great. Thank you for being there for your fathers and for your uncles. And Annie, thank you for being there for daddy and mommy and for the other siblings. Roslyn, you already know what you've done already. Big job. Bravo, Annie. Bravo, Ladri. And Vivian, you know, you are father, mother figure. Mother of your mother. Bravo. Vivian is not with us tonight for some reason. Yeah, so bravo to you. Yeah. Beverly, Barbara, thank you for being a mother to all your sisters, to Robert, to Kwan, to everyone in the family. Thank you for being their leader.
Thank you, Bishop.
Yeah, Maybelline, thank you so much for being there for the family. Thank you for being there for M. Our M, you know who I'm talking about. And your family members. Thank you so much. What a great job you've done. Yeah. So, there are so many of you that have been there for your family members. I'm just choosing people whom I know I'm permitted to talk about them. I'm permitted to do that. Yeah. Diane and Lucky, bravo. Yeah, bravo. You've been there for hardcore with people who are tough. Wow. What a life. You've raised people beyond the family. That's awesome. Bravo. Emily. The cameras. Amy. And my brother. Christina. Bravo. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being there for the family. You made me proud. Very proud. There is a lady whose name I would just call Elephant. Yeah, that's just it. That's the coded name. Thank you for being there for the family. Thank you for being there for father, mother, brothers, and children. You've done a great job. Done a great job. Bravo. Yep. So I can go on and on and on and on and on. Samantha. What a life. What a life. What a life. Kyle is a handful already. And you've made your S to be what she is. You were there for M.
Yes.
What a life. Yes. Oh, you see, I'm talking of people who have been in services. Victoria is a book. It's a book ready to be written. It's a book ready to be written. She sings for the mom, activating her mind, cook for her, dance with her, play with her. It's amazing when you see what this girl go through. With children, with sisters, with brother, with the mother. It's big book. As young as she is, she's this responsible. It's amazing stuff. Take her son and go to different parts of the United States. Started exposing the son to life out there and the daughters. It's amazing stuff. Come on. Bravo, Vicky. What a life.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah. Juliet has always been in charge of family, which includes me. Juliet, as young as she is, one of the big givers and tither to the ministry, one of the girls that love me crazy, love. Grenada has people. Aruba has people. There are so many people, I can't mention your name here. With all these things you've done, you've spoiled the power of loneliness that will have taken the lives of people. That's why I say bravo to all of you. Dorothy sometimes criticizes herself too much. And I say to you, girl of Switzerland, why don't you just appreciate your greatness, what you've done? All your children, you've set them up. They are all great. Everything this woman has asked me to pray for her children and for her in-laws, her sons-in-laws, they've all got it. Same thing with Lizzie. As young as Lizzie is, as young as Malia is, they are caring for families, children, and parents. Can you imagine that? This is not a joke. This is big. Ruby Kid, while her brothers are all in Canada, in US, she went back to India and stayed there and cared for her parents, both of them, until they left this earth at a very old age. That's why any boy that come and contest that houses and money with you will be in trouble, Ruby. They will be. Seriously, they will be. Same thing with Jody. Jody single-handedly is caring for the mother. Seriously? Lee in Australia, if you know what Lee has to go through in life, and yet still standing strong. What about Susan? Raising a family as a mighty leader. Come on, that's not something to be taken just for granted. It's amazing stuff. People can come out of loneliness. People can come out of loneliness. That's why especially the young people who have come to our ministry, I take it as a very serious thing to make sure that they are not bound by the spirit of loneliness. Because if it gets a grip on you as a young person, forget about it. It's not going to leave you. Some of you have been so destroyed by life and by what you've exposed yourself to. Sometimes the occultic things. And you don't know how to come out. That's why we are here. To talk about this thing in order to give you opportunity that there is a chance for you to be made well. Look at what Beatrice has to go through in life. A great girl. Geneva single-handedly became a mother of her mother, providing home, equipping it. Can you imagine what some women and men have to go through just to make sure that somebody that they love do not die of loneliness? Some of you women, if you were wicked women, you will abandon your children and walked away. But you decided to stay and give life to other people. Even God himself has to reward you 1 billion times over in this physical planet. So is there somebody that want to add something? How people can come out of loneliness?
Bishop, you
yes.
mentioned that there's a mind-body connection.
Yes.
So if you exercise, that will affect your the way you think. It'll bring oxygen to your brain.
Eating right, exercise, drinking some good water, hobbies, these things are going to change your lifestyle and loneliness will flee from you. Also prayer. You call me for us to pray serious prayer. It will change. It will change. A lot of mental problems comes as a result of loneliness. A lot of poverty.
Talk to yourself in a mirror.
Good.
Encourage yourself.
Encourage yourself. Self-talk is very, very important. Self-talk. So we want to...
I was going to say, so if somebody is lonely, there could be a possibility that it's demonic, and first they would seek deliverance, and then they would put all the natural, normal list of how to solve it.
Much of it...
Well, how do they know when to go for it? Like,
much of loneliness is not really demonic. There is a place you allow it to reach. Then that opens you up to the world of darkness. But many a times it does not start with the world of wickedness.
okay.
It's the loneliness as it progresses, as you allow yourself to be in it, whether knowingly or unknowingly, that actually opens the door. So there are some of it that are not really that there is a demon. And the demon that is always connected with that is the principality that is known as deaf and dumb. It's connected with all mental activities and mental problems and all kind of stuff. Loneliness, sadness, grieving, schizophrenia, all kind of stuff. Yeah. So we will bring it to a close here. I want you to take 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes. Go and get yourself coffee or tea, because we have the next thing that we are going to share. We are going to share today. We are going to, what we have just done is part of the high style high test program. That's just it's what we have to do, because until you deal with loneliness, with the issue of being lonely on earth. Being lonely, we are not talking about getting involved in a relationship. We are talking about loving yourself. If you want to come out of loneliness, you're going to accept to love you first. That's the first law of coming out of loneliness. Love yourself first.
Amen.
Find a lifestyle that fits you. Find a lifestyle of enjoyment without destroying yourself. You know? So let's fix that first. Until you are able to fix that, you cannot enter into the high class life of high style, high test. You won't be able. If you enter into it, you kill yourself along the way. That's how it is. Many of you do not know that some of my best music on earth that I enjoy, I play every day, is flamenco music. And my best, I go to the master of it, who is Cameron de la Isla. He's my best, because I like music that people are passionate and they sing naturally. Clap your hands. The guitar quality is amazing. It's out of this world. The Spanish has the best for me. I'm in Spain. And Cameron de la Isla is the best of them. Followed by Buica, Concha Buica. Very good, very good. All of them are Spanish people. Very good quality music. And Cameron, he died of drug overdose. And I can't forget the pain of just coming to know that that's what he died of. With that kind of talent. I mean, it will just, the energy is just too much. It's great. And when you hear his voice, you know this is somebody who smokes a lot, drink a lot. You just know it. Because that's how the Cuban and people from Spain that play flamenco music, I mean the traditional ones, I mean it's amazing stuff. It's amazing stuff. And all of them are just dying like that. I mean, this is not something I enjoy, to see them die like that. So take 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes. Make sure when you see this program on how to deal with loneliness, make sure you spend time to listen. And send it to people who you think are dealing with these kind of things. If they are elderly people or people with mental health in a healthcare institution or nursing home or in their homes, let them know that it's not yet over. There is still beautiful things for them to enjoy. That's how it is. And that is why I like my partners, because those of them who work in the medical field, they have received so much from me that they are absolutely generous towards what do we call them? Towards those that they are giving care to, the residents. I'm telling you, all of our partners who are doctors, nurses, healthcare people, they are great. Lorraine, thank you for being a great girl. Thank you for being a great mother. You don't hear that enough. But always when mommy talks to me about you, she's always pressing you. You have to know this for a fact, that she loves you and I love you. Because you are a great mother. You inherited that tradition from your mom. So anybody, let them say what they say. I know what I know about you. That you are a good girl. You have superior intelligence, superior knowledge. And I attach great value to you. You have to know this for a fact. You've raised your kids well. Same thing with Lizzie. Whoever want to talk, let them talk, but I know who I know. Mary, whoever want to talk, let them talk. Because I know what I know, that you've paid a price.
Thank you.
To keep many people alive. And this is something that you all that I've mentioned, you need to be rewarded. From Lauren to Roslyn to Nancy to the Dorothys, to the Ladris, to the Beatrice, to the Christina, to the Amy's. All of you. You are gonna be rewarded right here in this physical planet. Not when you leave here. It's on.
Hallelujah.
It is on. So we are going to do the next program, which is Today is Your Day. This is where we are going to receive. There are some miracles that are gonna be happening during the Today is Your Day broadcast. That will happen in 5 minutes. So go and find something to eat. I don't care whether you bring your food and you are eating and smacking on my ears. I don't care. I love to hear that sound. I want food in your belly, drink in your tummy. Please bring the food, eat. You can mute and eat and drink. Find something to keep you awake and keep you bubbling with life. And that's how it should be. 5 minutes. We will start the broadcast of Today is Your Day.